Hello, passengers of the cosmic intelligence. Welcome to Golden Angel Tarot. This is a timeless reading. Today's reading will be a pick a card reading. We have 3 groups, 3 significator cards and 3 decks. So I'm gonna draw your cards, oracle cards beforehand, and then I will get extra guidance with my tarot decks. So this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this during the time of the 17th February 2026 solar eclipse in the Zodiac sign Aquarius, then I am getting the sense that these changes will be during a year, but will come suddenly. I don't know how to explain that. It wouldn't happen tomorrow, probably, but it will somehow happen in a year from now, somewhere in between, but it will be unexpected, inevitable, and sudden. That gives me this energy. So solar eclipses are the new moon energies, strong beginnings, but also because of the energies, there are things that we need to release. And with this eclipse, things will be made visible, whatever it is. If there's a new trajectory you need to move on, it will be visible. A new idea, a new place, new people, whatever it is we'll see here will be visible, and it will push us to make changes accordingly. So the general energy I get is leaving something behind and beginning something brand new. And since Uranus will be affecting this, that's why I'm saying changes will happen suddenly, unexpectedly, and probably uncomfortably. Hopefully it will be easier for you. I started feeling the effects, and it is pushing my buttons and I feel like it is pushing my patience, testing the limits of my patience. Hopefully you are getting the effects in a milder sense, but we will see. So if you follow, you know I give dates, synchronicities, signs beforehand. So I felt the need to put on this horse ring. I usually don't wear too much of a jewelry. That's why this felt meaningful. We are in the horse year. Now it is the Chinese New Year. So horse might mean something to you. Rings might mean something to you. Silver might mean something to you. Or Chinese New Year, or Chinese zodiac signs might mean something to you. Also with the numbers 6, 37, 33, 55, 77, 5, 26, 57, and 178 is the general signs I get for now. During the reading, if I get extra signs, synchronicities, if I feel like it, I will give extra signs and synchronicities, and I would write them down in the comments. So first significator card is number 64, witnessing. This is the first group. This will be your deck. However you feel comfortable choosing your pile, you can choose 1, 2, or all of them. This talks about protection and also the air rune, intellect, communication, ideas. It could be any of them. We'll see. Second pile is arrow, number 3. This gives me this energy of expansion and hitting the target. And this rune talks about changes. And also I'm seeing this changing perspective, finding out something new, or getting a breakthrough rune with this. And this is the deck I'm going to use for the second pile, second card. And third one is Ghost Dance, number 22. Ghost Dance talks about honoring your ancestors, so something with the ancestors I get. This is the rune of victory, or doing things right, also breakthrough. And the rune of emotions, water, but also, since this is about the ancestors, it talks about blood. So it could be something regarding the bloodline. And this is the deck I'm going to use. I'm going to put a close-up picture so you can pause, you can check the cards if you feel the need to. And if you're ready, let's start. Hello, pile 1. You were chosen the first deck, first significator card, Witness, number 64. So what I'm getting here is, first that is visible to me is I'm seeing this protection rune in her hand. So this is something you do. Somehow you are protected. I'm seeing this all-seeing eye and protection, and a medallion, some sort of tangible thing. So also I see these antlers. Deers might be your spirit animal, or somehow it might mean something to you. And we talked about this rune of air. This talks about intellect, communication, maybe sometimes air travel or changing places. So we'll see. Number 19, growth. So here also there's a deer with the antlers here. So what I get here is someone who is strong spiritual guidance. I think you are protected in this endeavor. Whatever happens, whatever change, sudden change or unexpected change, you are protected regarding this. If it's communication, something you do with using your voice or communication skills, or is it some healing job you do, or you protect people maybe, we'll see. And also 1010 might mean something to you. I have seen 0101, 0101 is a double hour. Double hours might mean something to you. 6419 might mean something to you. A sign of synchronicity. The mirror. 68. So this card always gives me about introspection, self-reflection. Since this card talks about witnessing, maybe witnessing how protected you are, and witnessing that during these changes you will grow to a strong character. And also we have the moon here, so we talked about if you're watching currently, it's the we are close to solar eclipse. Solar eclipse is new moon energy, strong new moon energy. So new moon to full moon is, I get something like a month kind of thing. Whatever happens, be it this change, be it this growth, it will happen within a month is what I get. And leprechaun. So leprechauns are smart. sometimes they are prone to deceiving. So this also talks about air, intellect, being practical. Leprechaun card also talks about some sudden unexpected opportunities, but small warning, maybe you need to take care of some material belongings or something tangible that you need to pay attention to. We'll see what it is about. Okay, so I'm gonna get extra guidance with my deck. So, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to let go of? Four of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Devil, and the Hierophant. Three of Cups. And bottom of the deck is Five of Swords. So I think, so here I'm sensing some apathy towards yourself, because we talked about self-reflection, and see, this is 10, this is 10. Tens are letting go, end of the cycle, you know, past that olive branch towards yourself. And also here we have this mirror image, mirroring yourself. I think you should, or you would, stop being stagnant. I think that is your addiction. Something about the intellect, communication, or creative force that you feel you lack these, and maybe because you think you lack these, you are overprotective, or you are drawing strong boundaries, but in the name of protecting yourself, maybe you are limiting yourself, is what I get here. And if you let go of this self-judgment, self-limiting tendencies, mostly if you witness yourself, I think this is mostly in your headspace, because we talked about intellect, communication, air is about our thoughts, our ideas. So you are limiting yourself, and I think you will see this. You will see what is limiting you and what is an obstacle in the way of expanding and growing your growth in any way. It could be any way, be it material, be it in a job, your social circles, whatever it is. And I think once you let go of this limiting beliefs, you will find this inner wholeness. And also here with the Hierophant, my attention is drawn to the head space. So this has a lot to do with how you think of yourself. And again, with the mirroring here and mirroring here also. Accepting yourself with all your aspects, with how you look on the outside, your inner self, your outer self. And after this is the Eight of Wands. Like once you pass this olive branch, you will move in full speed, is what I get. and you'll pave the way to your success. So you need to let go of limiting yourself and judging yourself in the name of protecting yourself, is what I get. Okay. So what needs to change in your life? Also, I'm seeing 15, 51, so mirror hours. 1 and 5 and 15 and 51 could mean something to you. So, what needs to change? 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords, yes, 9 of Swords, Hierophant, 4 of Swords. I'm gonna get one more. The Magician. Bottom of the deck is 6 of Cups. So what needs to change is your confusion and you feeling like you're blocked, you can't do anything. See, with this orange always gives me this creative sacral energy vibes. So I think creativity is within your grasp, but first you need to get yourself out of this illusion, out of your dark thoughts, to move forwards towards your growth. You need to witness how great you are, how wise you are, how protective you are of the people you care about. You're wise, but you're also a supportive friend, a family member, a person who is grounded, who gives this support that people need. And you're practical, and what needs to change is you. Maybe, see, we have a lot of emotions and swords, thoughts. So being emotional about these limiting thoughts. So you need to stop romanticizing things and get into action. And also you should stop, like I said, manipulating yourself. So you could have placements, or you could be a Gemini, you could be a Taurus, you could be one of the air signs. This is also the solar eclipse in Aquarius. So Aquarius is what I get. So dwelling in the past, instead of dwelling in the past, you need to start doing things, because also with the new energies now, a lot of planets getting to the zodiac sign Aries. We should be like the horse, taking initiative, being practical, but also being mindful of our impulses, being impulsive or being reluctant to move forwards. Which areas of your life do you need this inner revolution or renewal? Which areas of your life? 13, Death, 5 of Wands, Hermit, Five of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. One more. Chariot. Number 7, the Chariot. Bottom of the deck is 10 of Wands. So in what areas is wherever you felt like you postponed, you procrastinated taking responsibility, is the area that you need to renew, or you need to change your perspective. So radical change in headspace. We talked about witnessing yourself and witnessing your inner strength, inner creativity. So I think it's a total overhaul of the mind. And again, mirrors, here we have mirrors too. So mostly I get this headspace, your own thoughts, ideas kind of thing, but also whatever you feel the lack of. Is it compassion? You need to change your perspective. Is it the material abundance? You need to change your perspective. Or maybe you're too much in headspace and you're not proactive about it, so being active about it. And instead of sitting feeling like you don't have your resources, feeling desperate, you need to see the brighter side. You need to see the positive side, or what you can do with things that you have, how you can move step by step towards this tangible result. So here it's more about the headspace, but here it gives me this energy of more tangible areas. Is it your job? Maybe. Is it your social circle? Maybe. Whatever feels darker and whatever feels like you are overly protecting yourself is, or wherever area you feel like you're not, you're reluctant to get out of your comfort zone or take responsibility, is the area that you need to move forward. And year of the horses, the Chariot. So be confident, be your own inner witness. This is what I get. So this will be more towards inner change, individual change more than collective. This will be an individual challenge for you, is what I get. So this was your reading. If you liked the reading, feel free to hit the like button. If you'd like to follow more readings, feel free to subscribe. If you'd like to if you felt close to other decks, you can also watch other decks, other messages. Love and peace, friends. Take care. Hello, pile 2, or card 2. You have chosen number 3, arrow, and the runes of change and perspective. So the first thing I get is like you are going to be on target somehow. You're aiming for it. This gives me like this energy of Jupiter expansion. Also 3 is expansion. I get strong expansion energies with your significator cards. This will happen with the change of perspective, looking from other points of view, is what I get. Solidity inner core, number 18. So 819. 9 is the energy of coming to an end, of releasing, and also this gives me this energy of now I get the song, Free your mind and the rest will follow. Because of mine, don't be so shallow. And Vogue, I think it was 1992, September. These might mean something to you. So, yes, the first energy I get is something to do with your mind space or free your mind. I don't know what it is. And also, I haven't realized it before. I see the hands here like the collective, which is also harmonious with the energies of this solar eclipse in Aquarius. And the Judge, number 14. So what I get here is, I think you will free your mind from also black and white and gray areas here I see. And I see the skull here in gray area, like a transformation from black and white to more flexible areas. And here also someone with the light color tone and dark color tone, and also Asian and American kind of a whole world thing. So this card gives them a lot of collective energy somehow right now. But maybe your change of perspective. Also, this rune talks about the crown chakra. Crown chakra is the 7th chakra. We get the information from if you can reach Akashic records, or if you get messages or direction, guidance from the universe. It's where we get it from. So yes, some new information being revealed to you that will cause expansion, that expansion leading to maybe something useful for the collective, or maybe you are doing something that is in the area of collective NGOs, maybe some organizations, or something, a company worldwide maybe. And I'm seeing 44 right now, so 44 could be a sign for you, an extra sign. So this card gives me you getting out of black and white thinking, putting strong boundaries, knowing when to ask for help and when to stop, and getting your confidence, moving from your shadows to more self-confident way. And this is the Elf card. Elf card is the card of Aquarius. So yes, something to do with the collective. I don't know why. We'll see. Also, this card talks about you protecting someone, or someone protecting you, or someone around you who wants to help you expand. Maybe you will get some help from an organization or a person who is connected with something they do in the collective area. Let's see. Okay, let's get more guidance. So what do you need to release? We talked about releasing, renewing, sudden changes. What do you need to release? Okay, so the Fool, and this card wanted to come together. Okay. 5 of Cups, Page of Swords, 9 of Wands, Queen of Swords, Page of Cups, and death. So with this deck, with the death card here, let's see it bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles. So here this gives me this, again, we talked about collective, something to do with like farming, food, maybe helping people with some material hardships. These wanted to show 9 of Pentacles and Hanged Man. So again, we talked about change of perspective, and maybe, okay, with this deck and with this death card, my attention is drawn to the headspace. This white cloak always gives me this intellectual change. Also, rose is a high frequency plant, so changing your frequency, maybe the feet of the horse touching and also the cloak touching the water gives me this water is healing energy for me. So maybe you somehow contributing to this healing of something. First healing yourself and then getting like Chiron. Yes, like Chiron. You healing yourself, and this knowledge you have will help the collective somehow, or will help other people around you. So what do you need to let go of? Maybe I don't get this inexperienced energy here. It is more like normally in Rider-Waite Tarot, Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, this fool is ready to jump, but here the back is turned. Maybe you are reluctant to start things, new things. Maybe you're scared that you are inexperienced. Maybe you're scared that you won't find people that you can trust or support you, because the dog's back is also turned to this character. Yes, that's the energy I get. So I think you need to release the fear of not finding enough support. You supporting yourself is enough. And here is 5 of Cups talks about somehow lack mentality, but I think you are reluctant to let go of some. Maybe where you are comfortable. Maybe the way you think feels comfortable. Because in classical tarot, again, there are cups that are spilled and cups that are full, but here they're all full. So I think these cups is the idea that you feel abundant, whatever makes you feel abundant. So you are reluctant to pass this threshold and move towards a new horizon. You insist on being stuck in this narrow corridor with your abundance, your perceived abundance, whatever it is, your black and white thinking about something. And maybe here also I always get this defensive energy here, like boundaries, closing yourself to your surroundings. Like this feminine energy is not looking at us. Just seems like they're all lost in their own thoughts, in their own troubles, maybe. And also this is, see here, like she is holding the key, let's say. She can pull some strings and reach this greater collective healing heart space, but somehow she's not there. She's not there. Yes. And again with the swords, maybe being too cold. Maybe you refusing to acknowledge this collective troubles. Yes. So I think you are reluctant to make this first step. Maybe you think you can't handle this, you're not up for the challenge, or maybe you need to reflect and do a lot of shadow work and it feels like too much work. Yes, I think you need to release this feeling of not believing yourself. And maybe you always expect someone to support you, but maybe you will start this journey on your own, but then you might find your people on the way. Yes, your reluctance is what I get. So actually you have the potential. Once you release that arrow, it will fly right on the targets. But first you need to go to this gray area. Flexible, being more flexible. So, what do you need to change? Three of Swords, Four of Cups, Sun, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck is King of Wands. So what needs to change is maybe you need to be more assertive. Let go of your past experiences that gave you heartbreak, that didn't satisfy you. Things, maybe people approaching you from a more egotistical way or looking down on you, and you felt like instead of doing teamwork, I'm good on my own. And you are, I get a lot of this, all these cards. You need someone to validate you, and you don't need their validation. Actually, you just have to validate yourself in your heart, in your mind. You are reluctant to do things, start things, whatever it is. This could simply be a healthy habit, maybe a new sport, something like that, or could be a project, or maybe applying for a new job, or finding new social circles, finding new people to work with. But I think you are encouraged, or you will find that you don't need validation of others, you don't need the cooperation, you don't need a team. It feels like a childhood wound. You feel like you can't do things on your own, and you're not satisfied with things. And you should change, free your mind about yourself. You have the potential. You have the potential to expand yourself. But you are looking at this in a too narrow, too frightened point of view. Yes, that's what I get here. You need to change the idea that you need other people to support you somehow, or validate you, or tell you that you're doing great. Oh, that's a great idea, like that. That needs to change, or that will change with things that you experience, is what I get. You need to be more assertive, more creative, not in an aggressive way. So, in which areas do you need inner revolution or renewal? Which areas? Ten of Swords, Eight of Swords. Oof. Oof. You need to stop seeing yourself like a victim. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Nine of Wands. You see, it's always the similar cards. I shuffled the deck a few times. Three of Cups. So all threes, 3-3 might mean 3-3 threes. Could be a synchronicity for you. So, being the victim, see with all these cards, let me see the bottom of the deck, King of Cups. This is King of Cups, but this is the feminine energy, so I think you don't have to be too rigid about your thoughts. You can both be in control and be intuitive and nurturing, and at the same time you can be assertive. I think that is your problem. Maybe you need to have more authority. You need to be more aggressive somehow. That could be your black and white thinking about yourself. So here, get all these limited energy here. Discard, discard, discard. You're constraining yourself. And this all has to do with this collective, your circle, your surrounding, your friends from work, or your family, maybe, whoever you work with. You always find yourself, whatever this area is, you, every time you work with other people, you have to work with other people, is you need this inner revolution or inner perspective change. And also with the Judge, now I get as you judging yourself harsh, too harsh, and maybe other people too, but I strongly get this inner judgment, inner constraint energy here. So you need to change your perspective about yourself. You're like this arrow. You'll be right on target. You will expand. You're good to go. And you might be doing something to do with communication or heal work. Or again, something, either you know someone who works in this collective areas, something that serves the collective, something is builds a product that is useful for collective, or you, but you seek this validation, you not trusting yourself, and you being too, maybe you made your heart hardened, cold, or maybe you look cold to the outside world in order to protect yourself, but you don't need validation of other people. Know that. Yes. This is what I get. This was a reading. So if you like the reading, feel free to hit the like button. If you like to follow more readings, feel free to subscribe. If you like to get messages from other decks, feel free to check them out. And maybe you might have felt drawn to deck card number 1, pile number 1. If you felt drawn to, I say you go check that one too. So, take care of yourself. Love and peace, friends. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So, you have chosen Ghost Dance, number 22. Now I'm seeing 44. 44 or 22 might be synchronicity for you. This rune of emotions or blood, we talked about this. This card looks like a shaman honoring the ancestors, so this could be about the bloodline. And this rune talks about victory, virility, male power, or initiative, taking action kind of energy. And now I'm getting baby, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Rooftop, shout it out. Okay, who was it? Let me check. I'm gonna pause, check it, and come back. Alright, so I have checked it out. Republica, ready to go. It was released in 1996. So, standing on rooftops, shouting out, baby, I'm ready to go. Okay, so I think this is something regarding your ancestors. Releasing something, starting something new. We'll see what it is. Okay. So, number 4, West, completion. 4 talks about stability, groundedness. Also, 4th house is the house of the family, again, with ancestors and family, and with the completion I get is you finding the last piece of the puzzle that completes this thing, this whole, this pattern that you need to renew or let go of. The medallion, 59. So 59 could be another synchronicity. So what I get here is with the medallion, it's kind of like a family heirloom. Heirlooms could be physical or could be like some gifts bestowed upon you. This could be a family, something ancestral. I don't know if it's a spiritual gift or sorts, or maybe you are good at economics and it comes from the family. Could be. So you're reaching out to this familial gift, familial abundance somehow is the energy I get. And Nixie. So Nixie also talks about lakes, emotions. This could mean maybe you need to somehow being around lakes, water, body of waters could give you this healing powers. Maybe it connects you to your ancestors' gifts. It could be that helps you purify yourself, or maybe helps you heal yourself from these ongoing patterns. If it's a pattern you need to let go of, is the energy I get. Nixie talks about small surprises or gifts from the universe. You might get some happy news, small news, but or someone complimenting you, emotionally making you happy kind of energy. So we'll see what else. There's something to do with honoring your ancestors, completing some cycles or completing some missing piece that will give you eventually the ground and the stability or the foundation that you seek is what I get. Okay, so what do you need to release? Hierophant. The Magician. 10 of Cups. Interesting. all family and happiness and ancestor and legacy cards and the star. And hence we talked about water being around water. This also gives me this water energy. Also it is the energy of the Aquarius sign, Aquarius, or Gemini again, Taurus. So 5 of Cups. See, there are things that in your past life with your legacy. Hierophant talks about traditional ways, doing things in traditional ways. This could be maybe you insisting on some habits or some way of thinking or some way of doing things in your family's way, but maybe it's not true to your soul, true to your character. This card talks about honoring your ancestors, but not like one-on-one, totally copying them. And also here this character is some sort of a mist, you know. Maybe this family traditions, the old ways, the thinking, or this like things that goes on for generations, like a fog around your brain, clouding your judgment. Maybe you need to, because I see these colors here, but other parts are blurry. Like you are all these colors, you need to do things in a different, more colorful way. Maybe you may want to try new perspectives, maybe. But this thing stuck in your brain, or, you know, like we talk about hearing your mom's or your dad's voice in your head, or your grandparents. When you're doing something, there's this inner voice that tells you you need to do it like this. You do it like that, but you don't know why you do it like that, kind of thing. And with the magician tends to manipulate themselves. So again, with the family values, maybe you have this illusion of, for example, if you are having some troubles, but you are thought to act like everything's fine. You don't seek help, you don't ask other people for help, you don't look for a solution, you just wait it out. You wait problems to be solved instead of taking action, or instead of using these opportunities or finding some solution. You are stuck in your own desperate inner voice, which comes from tradition or old habits, or the way maybe your family was dysfunctional and you still continue doing things in a dysfunctional way. And you hope that all goes away. Like a friend of mine who doesn't believe in psychology. So he thought if you act like there's no problem, problems will just poof, fly away, which is not the world I live in. So it's weird for me. And again, I see 55, 33. These could be your synchronicities. Yes, so this illusion of everything's fine, we need to do things like we always do kind of approach is what needs to let go of. You need to let go of this. And what needs to change, or what needs small adjustments instead of letting go completely? Maybe you can do some small tweaks, some additions, adjustments. What is it? The World, 6 of Pentacles. What else? 5 of Wands, and 5 of Cups again. 5 fives popping out. The Devil, and 2 of Pentacles. So bottom of the deck is King of Pentacles. So being stubborn needs to change. Don't be stubborn. This also talks about the earth signs. You might be an earth sign. What needs to change? Oh, also I have here Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. You could have these placements. You could be one of these signs. So you need to change your exchange with outer world. But since this is about your family, either how you exchange things, it could be respect, it could be maybe you always get together and you bicker each other, you argue. There is always this desperation, but you continue doing the things in the same way instead of changing your maybe communication style. So I think you will need to change this way of trying, or maybe to stay in balance, to satisfy, or not to make your family sad. You just try to juggle these things, but somehow it's not working for you. So you need to finish this old pattern, complete it, and find new ways of putting your boundaries, or if something doesn't work for you, you need to find a way to make them understand this. As this all gives me this familial energy, familial communication, how you solve things with your family kind of energy. They could be stubborn people, maybe they are reluctant to change their ways. I mean, I'm not at liberty to tell you what to do, but maybe if things are not working for you, if it doesn't make you happy, you might consider putting some boundaries or staying away, seeing each other less kind of measures, if it's too much of a emotional trouble for you. Okay. So, in which area do you need inner revolution or renewal? Which area? I mean, it's generally your family, but we'll see. Okay, any kind of addictions. Maybe your old habits, the old way of doing things, or maybe the relations you have with your family, with your relatives, is at a point that you feel the need to numb yourself with some vices. And these are the areas that you need interchange, a revolution of your own. 2 of Wands. High Priestess. Hierophant. The World. King of Cups. Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck is Three of Pentacles. So I think what needs to change, which area? The area is where you feel, again, give and take. Somehow you need stronger boundaries, feeling that you are used to pleasing your family, your relatives. Your indecision, maybe you don't want to do things in a way, but they ask you to do things another way, and you're not following your intuition, your inner voice. You're not being true to yourself and sticking to old patterns, which is giving you this emotional stress. Yes. The areas in which you feel like you need to please them is what you need a change. Change of perspective, change of completion, letting go of releasing old patterns. Because once you release these things that doesn't work for you, you'll be able to reach the abundance that is there for you. I think you're abundant. I think you can accomplish whatever you want, but you need to stop people pleasing, and especially with your family. Maybe overdoing things. Maybe you do more, you give more than they give you, and you feel like this is your responsibility, but instead maybe you are ripping them off of their opportunity to solve things for yourself or change their perspective. Maybe because there are some things we need to do on our own. So if you have this savior complex or God complex, which also I had too, especially with my family, you need to change that, because this is not an equal, this doesn't feel like an equal labor here. You are handling more problems, more responsibilities than you have to. And it will burn you out in the end if you don't find a way to turn this into more equal, more nourishing way. So, yeah. This is a reading, friends. So, if you like the reading, feel free to hit the like button. If you like to follow more readings, feel free to subscribe. If you like to get other text messages, feel free to click and watch them. Love and peace. Bye.